Well, I don't sell anything.
You're on YouTube. For goodness sake, figure it out.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
Create something, your product, somebody's product. Find a way to monetize.
Well, hello world. Today, I did have one of those moments where you hear people saying, I had an aha moment. And like, yeah, or I had a small one, but this was a big one. Of course, unless you're living under a rock, everyone knows who Gary Vee is. I had a moment where I just stumbled across a video that he had done on YouTube sometime back in February. And I'm going to go through this to just explain this. That was a big aha moment. Talk about pivoting. Yeah, I have to do some major changes on my YouTube page as well as my podcasting. But however, if this is something that you think you may find interesting, or you may just say, hey, that might be something worth listening to, just hang around for a minute or so, and I'm gonna go longer than a minute, and I will jump right into it, because this was one of those things where I said I went through all of that to get to this, but everything happens for a reason. So hang in here, and I may have something for you.
To evolve is to live.
So there was an upload published by Gary Vee's his media group. It was February 11th this year, right in the beginning of it all. And the summit was called How to Stop Caring and Start Posting. It was called the Senior Bold Summit Keynote 2020. So, all that being said, I went through a major series of interesting stages. Again, like I said, this was February 2020 this year, and that's when I was first doing an upload for my YouTube channel. So here we are with that. So I did a lot of research. I'm a Virgo. I overanalyzed everything. So with that, I'm just going to give you some steps that I took that you may want to just completely skip over. If you're interested in building your brand or just spreading your information on different platforms, because I myself felt, I needed to just be seen or at least recognized a few different places other than where I was. So I'm like a little shy, so I didn't have a lot of posts on social media that were pertaining to the brand that I'm trying to build. So here we go. I want to say somewhere around January this year, when I first took interest in doing this thing. And there was a series of different things going on. It's the beginning of the year. Of course, everything's new. Everyone's interested in doing something. So I saw on Facebook there was this 21-day abundance challenge. And my then coach, which became my coach because of the 21-day abundance program, her name's Tony. She has a Facebook page called Wings Within. And she started me on my journey. It was something I didn't realize that I was headed for. So it was the Oprah and Deepak Chopra 21-day abundance is where I started my meditation. I never really meditated before, but that was the perfect place to start, because he covered everything for the equivalent of 21 days. And of course, they say it takes a person 21 days to change their mind or to really dig deep into soul searching. So I started there. And after that 21 days, I had to do a video, and that was my first go at doing video. So I'm like, oh, okay. So that was a Facebook group that I joined. After that, I joined a group that was for Mind Moves, and that was Natalie, led well. She had limited beliefs. And I'm like, okay, that can't hurt. So there I was with that. On into the year, I listened to Danielle Leslie. She has How to Manifest Your Dreams. And then there was, of course, my personal one-on-one coaching with Tony, where she introduced me to Kate Putnam. And she talked about love language and, things like that. And so that was interesting. Then there was Dean Graziosi, and my forever long time, I'm a follower of Tony Robbins. So they teamed up and they had a program that was called the Knowledge Broker Mastermind. That, I'm telling you, that was incredible. That's still a Facebook group that I continuously participate in. I didn't follow the course, but they keep up with the Facebook group on a regular basis because they really do. If any of you have seen anything that Tony Robbins has done, he is genuinely a great person. And to me, I believe he really cares. That being said, after that, I said, hey, I want to get into podcasting. So I followed Amy Porterfield's podcast, and that was interesting. So I'm like, okay, let's just keep researching. Then I go into Grant Cardone. Now, Grant, he's a beast. Okay, so he basically put it down to your heart to 10x your life. Yeah, that was a lot. So that was a bit extreme for me. I was quite not ready for that. I'm still not ready for that. And so I moved on back to Dean, and Tony Robbins came out with another program. And they had KK was with them, and she's like the motivator, the hype person that we get before either of them come on screen. So it was an actual live challenge that they did. It was called the Comeback Challenge. And I said, well, I came back to you, so it fits. That was incredible. I'm still a part of that Facebook group as well, because again, they check in very often. It's almost like it's a community. We all need the community. We all need the camaraderie. We all need the togetherness, and they're very, very good at it. But here we are. You write it down and you just keep going. And then it's like, okay, what are you going to do with this next? I'm just one of those people. Then I had already followed Sean Cannell, and I thought he, was amazing. He already has over 2 million followers on YouTube, and he's the author of YouTube Secrets. So I figured that's somebody I need to follow. So there was a challenge that I had just missed, and his whole family, the Think Media family, are incredible. I don't even have enough words to describe them. I've talked about them in previous videos, probably even in my first video that I've uploaded onto YouTube. So there was a YouTube Influence Challenge that they did, and I participated. So right after that, I just got I really delved into what this YouTube thing was going to be about for me. And so then he, meaning Sean Cannell, and the Think Media family, Heather Torres, Omar, Nolan, Tony, Melissa, amazing family over there. There was a conference that they have on a yearly basis. Fortunately for us, unfortunately, for a lot, it had to be virtual. So many of us got to participate. It was over in Las Vegas, and I wasn't catching the flight to Las Vegas. The pandemic is going on. So basically, when they did the Grow with Video Live conference, they had phenomenal speakers. They had Pat Flynn. They had Shalene Johnson. They had, oh my gosh, Jade Dharmawanza. If anyone is a TikToker, you know Jade. She gave us the best tips. I TikTok a little, not a lot. It's new to me. So, and I'm not that young. I'm 53. So I'm in there, but I'm not right there. Vanessa Liu, that was like one of the major reasons why I kind of sat back and had to really check that out, because that was one of the moments where Sean spoke about pivoting. And on my channel, I talk about lifestyles and relationships, things like that. And because relationships is something that I know. I've been with my boyfriend for 22, almost 23 years, and I know a little something. So I just figured, let me just talk about what I know. But it doesn't have me highly as motivated and pumped as you see what I'm talking about right now. I've always been the person to talk about it. I've always been the person interested in, what's the next thing to improve, me, how I think, my mindset, what's going on, like psychology, psychiatrist, whatever. I get called all that because, again, I'm a Virgo. I analyze. What can I say? So in that conference, I realized I had to pivot. I needed to change. I needed to switch it up, and something wasn't what I was doing, just was no longer motivating me. And so I needed to do something different with YouTube. Okay, geez, this lighting is great. I completely forgot I'd also joined the VRA, the Video Ranking Academy, which is was created by the Think Media family. And that definitely gave me major growth. And I'm still going through the program. You can get coaching and, everything through that. They also have they have a few pages that I'm a part of on Facebook. But again, because you need the community, you need the encouragement, you need the continued support, you need the, people that are like-minded, people that are thinking on the same levels of where you're thinking it. People are thinking about reaching the same goals that you're thinking about reaching. So in that, I absolutely love being a part of the communities that have been created on Facebook for Think Media as well. I just totally forgot and left that one out. Sorry. So with that, back to Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. They had the most interesting program that's kicked off that was called The Power to Pivot. You see that? You see that segue? So, okay, I went through all these things obviously for a reason. And I know you're like, get to the Gary Vee situation and conversation. It's coming. So all of those led me up to this. Okay, so in that conference, there was Trent Shelton, Brendan Burchard, okay, Pete Vargas, Jenna Kutcher. And us ladies that like to shop, we know of Jenna Kutcher very well. So check her out, look her up, Google her. Yeah, powerful speaker. So went through that, and I just said I was meant to be here. It was meant for me to do these things and to follow these steps, because this is what brought me onto this last step. Teachable had a summit that was called Share What You Know. So now their speakers, of course, Gary Vee was on there. I missed a lot of it was so many speakers. It was over a certain amount of days, and it was during work hours. I work every day, so I missed a lot, and I didn't catch the replays. So unfortunately, it wasn't meant for me to meet him at that time, so I didn't meet him. And but Lisa Nichol, Pat Flynn, Jay Shetty, Kim Coles, there were a lot of speakers, and that just led me to this final person. I watched that keynote summit video of Gary Vee's, and it made me realize I don't have a niche. I don't know what's profitable for me to make money on YouTube. That's not why I joined YouTube. Again, like I said, I'm a lady of a certain age. I think I know a few things. I think I have information to offer the world. A lot of things that brought me to this is that when questions are posed to me, and if I don't know the answer, which I usually think I know, I will find it for you. I'm just one of those people that want to research it. I want to, I don't know how to quite fix that. Yeah, I'll find out how to. I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, I'll find that. Being a vice president on the debating club in the 6th grade will kind of do that to you. The youngest of 5 will make you a very independent thinker because you're the baby and you need to think for yourself. So basically, all that to say, when I saw this video of Gary Vee's, I just said, I'm going to continue to do and speak on the things that I want to speak on. It may not necessarily make me money on YouTube, but guess what? This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I'm excited about. This is what I light up about when it's time to press record. And that's the one thing that we need to do. Remember to just press record. If I've said anything that makes any kind of sense to you all, and it's something that you might be interested in hearing me talk about more often, please hit the like button. If you have any opinions, nothing negative, please, or just some kind of information that just might, help me in my pivoting for my YouTube channel, because basically this is kind of where I'm going to live for now on. I'm not going to always talk about what's going on with relationships and what's happening with the lifestyles. And, I just want to chat. I just want to talk. I'm a chatterbox. So, thanks for listening. I know I said a lot. It wasn't a few minutes. It was long. And, so my CTA for you, if you did get any type of value out of this and you think that you may have some type of, constructive criticism, leave me a comment or two. Help me out in my journey. Help me figure this thing out. So especially as any of you have been on here, you've got lots of subscribers. I'm a small channel, but I'm a true channel. So I only speak to what I know, and this is what I know. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye.
To evolve is to live.